If you are an artist and you are tired of just surviving and you want to thrive, you're going to love this tool. You're going to love it. You're going to love it. Peace and grace. My name is TAHIRA. Yep, that's my legal government name, and I spell it with all capital letters because I have big blessings in my life. Living and thriving as an artist, monetizing my passion and living on purpose. And I am here to share with you how to do the same. Sometimes I come across a tool that helps me as an artist. Sometimes I come across a tool that helps me as a business owner. Sometimes I've come across a tool that helps me as a human. Then there are those rare opportunities when I come across a tool that helps me as an artist, helps me as a business owner, and helps me as a human. And this tool does just that. If you are an artist and you are tired of just surviving and you want to thrive, you're gonna love this tool. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. I came across this tool 7 years ago and I still use it today. I find myself quoting from it all the time. So without delay, the tool is a book. The book is Making Your Life as an Artist. I will put a link in the show notes, but it is by Andrew Simonet, Making Your Life as an Artist. One of my favorite quotes from this book is, "No one's coming to save you. No one's coming to turn you from the artist you are now into the artist you want to be." I remind myself of that all the time because we can very much as artists get into some magical thinking about someone saving us, whether that is when I get this book published, when I get this record deal, when I get my art seen at this gallery. We get this magical thinking. No one's coming to save you. What I love about this book is it's concise, it's clear, and it's simple. It has steps and real life situations it refers to and how you can not only make a life as an artist, but make a sustainable life, make a thriving life. And you can get it for free. I'm going to put the link in the show notes, but I want to get into how I've used this book and why I think it's so powerful. This is a guide for artists to stop starving and start thriving. 1, the best gem in this book is it shows you how to have a sustainable life as an artist. Sustainable. So what's sustainable? What's sustainable to you? Is sustainable to you doing gigs for $100? Is sustainable to you doing gigs for free? Is sustainable to you doing gigs for exposure? Is that sustainable? Are those things sustainable to you? In the book, Andrew describes sustainability as having work that you can sustain over your lifetime. Now for me, what that looked like is I defined it as having a life where I could meet my obligations, my financial obligations with ease. I used to have an affirmation all over my house in the early days of me being a professional storyteller, musician. And it was, my definition of financial freedom was to meet my financial obligations with ease, save vigorously, and give generously. That was my definition of financial freedom for years and years and years. And I am so blessed that I have attained those 3 things. Meeting my obligations with ease, saving vigorously by being financially smart, and giving generously. So what is a sustainable life for you? What would a sustainable work as an artist over long term, what would that look like for you? How would you define a sustainable life? Drop it in the comments. How would you define it? Because it's different for everybody. So let me give some background of like what's sustainable, how I came to define sustainable. When I first started out as a storyteller, some folks who had already carved their path and their career as a storyteller gave me some advice. Many people did. I reached out to people, and I realized their advice didn't fit my life. It didn't fit what I know to be true about the world. I came from a corporate background. I worked 10 years in financial services, like life insurance, accident, death, disability insurance, those kind of things. And that was very corporate-minded environment. So when I came into the artist world, people were saying like, you got to work for free first to create a buzz or to develop your chops, and then after you work for free for however many years and years and years and years, and then you take what you can get, what someone gives you, and that just did not make sense for me. So when I started out as an artist, I was looking to carve out a life, a sustainable life for me and my daughter. That's what I needed. So when folks was telling me that I had to do free gigs, I was like, this is the US. Where do they do that? That you just you work for free. Now, how I approached it was, yes, I did research. I did practice. I did hone my skills. But my first gig was not for free. And it's not always an exchange of money, but they were going to give me something of value. I was giving them something of value, my talent. And my first gig was with a large chain of bookstores, and they paid me in books. And as a budding storyteller, that was gold to me. That was gold. And I ended up doing not only that location, but the chain around the area where I live. But I didn't do it for free. There was an exchange, and that I came to the table with a conversation around what that exchange could be. The second gem from this book is creating a balanced life. Now, Andrew Simonette describes a balanced life as having things in your life other than work. This is powerful to me because I had no set time to work and to stop working. When I was performing somewhere, of course, but when I'm home, I'm constantly giving time to my work. And because I love it, didn't feel like I was working sometimes. And there was no structure to how I went about my work. Self-care should be a priority. That's what a balanced life looks like to me. The third gem was, don't starve, make art. Stop with the notion of starving artists. Like, starving is something that is that's attainable, or something that should be lauded. That starving is a badge of honor. Don't starve, make art. And how do you make art? Of course, put time in your craft, but also figure out what is it that you need to thrive. And it's about doing the math. Do the math. How much does it cost for you to live? Do the math. You will be surprised at the numbers sometimes. And one way to do the math, and you will find this advice all over the place when it comes to being smart financially, is to take a period of time, 30 days, 40 days, 60 days, and track your spending, see where your money goes, and make some decisions about how you want to live your life and how you want to spend your resources, that is money. And do the math. How much does it cost? And then from there, work backwards. Then how many gigs do you need to do? How many paintings you need to sell based on that in a time frame of 30 days or a year to meet that number that you've calculated. Do the math. What does it take to live your life in a way that's sustainable? So once you do that math, if that number is ridiculous in terms of, well, at the rate that I'm charging people for my art, I would need to do 2 billion, whatever. If that's ridiculous, then obviously you got to rework that number in some kind of way. Rework that number either in terms of what's required to sustain your life financially, or what you charge for your artwork. What you charge. Maybe you need to go up on your charges. And people ask, but if I go up on my prices, how will people treat me? I will tell you what one of my mentors, Granddaddy Junebug, shout out to Miss Capo in North Carolina, he said, only thing will happen there is that they will treat you better. Do the math, charge what can sustain your life. Choose not to starve. Choose to thrive. Comment below and tell me, what does thriving look like for you? What would that look like? Now for me, I said it would be meeting my financial obligations with ease, saving vigorously and giving generously. Like, what would it look like for you? You have to define it. You have to be able to see it in your mind to manifest it in this physical world. Comment below and tell me what thriving means to you. If this content radiated with you, please like, share, comment below. Let's keep this conversation going.